don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so, sir.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, no.
You don't have those?
Don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Friday.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. 10's not enough.
I beg to differ. Let's break their rules.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I'm not a writer.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I don't think so.
Forgive me, sir, but I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
No, I beg to differ.
I beg to differ, infant.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
Well, I beg to differ.
I beg to differ. You see, it's not the ingredients themselves which determine the effect, but the manner in which they're combined.
Well, I'd love to chew the fat with you, Father, but I beg to differ.
Oh, I beg to differ, Mr. Weaver.
Oh, I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ. He's already spilled to the shrink.
Well, I beg to differ with you, Andrew. I find your writing fascinating.
Really? Well, listen, I beg to differ on that point, my friend.
Oh, I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
Oh, I beg to differ.
I don't agree with you. I do not.
I don't agree.
Really, Major?
No, I don't agree. I think this guy Mussolini is a loser.
I don't agree with anything you say.
I don't agree. And I am never, ever going to agree!
I don't agree. I think you're a good person.
Mr. Duke, I don't agree with your philosophies. I don't agree with all of them, but he's a smart brother. Definitely worth hearing.
I don't agree with your decision, but I understand that it's yours to make.
I would like to support the Archbishop, but I don't agree with him.
Okay, that's your opinion. I don't agree.
I don't agree.
Get it over with.
I don't agree with you.
Suppose I don't agree to your terms.
I don't agree with what you are doing.
I don't agree with the way he does things.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree. We're better off without the bugging.
It's only embarrassing if I don't agree.
I don't agree with the premise or the policy that families and marriage are the only way to promote goodness in the world.
No. I'm sorry, but I don't agree.
I don't agree with you.
Don't agree with his will, Mom.
But I don't agree with that.
My dad and I don't agree on anything, except for the comic Little Cutie.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that. Really? I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, buddy, I'm not so sure about that, Pench.
I'm not so sure about that, Freddie.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that guy.
Mitch, why? He's so sweet.
Not so sure about that.
Ready?
Yeah!
Well, I'm not so sure about that. You see, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that, J. Hugh.
I'm not so sure about that. Excuse me.
I'm not so sure about that.
Hold this arm, we're good.
I'm not so sure about that.
What?
Oh, I'm not so sure about that, dear.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
So sure about that.
Alino.
I'm not so sure about that.
That's not how I see it.
That's not how I see it!
That's how you see the job.
That's not how I see it, man! That's how it is!
No. It was an opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
That's not how I see it.
That's not how I see it!
That's how you see the job.
That's not how I see it, man! That's how it is!
No. It was an opportunity.
Opportunity?
For what?
That's not how I see it.
That's not how I see it.
That's how you see the job.
That's not how I see it, man. That's how it is.
No. It was an opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
Not necessarily.
It will not necessarily be progress for India if she simply imports the unhappiness of the West.
Driver.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily that fishing, yeah. Not necessarily.
I suppose you're going to be Arabella. Well, not necessarily. In that case...
Besides, just because I wear expensive clothes does not necessarily mean they're paid for.
It's not the end. Not necessarily.
I'll get killed.
Not necessarily.
John and I had this concept for a group, not necessarily called the X, but we had this concept for a group and what we wanted to do.
Not necessarily, John.
You're told to investigate them, not necessarily to detain them.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily the way they happened.
Is it possible you just saw two guys in a green convertible? And not necessarily these two particular guys?
No, not necessarily, no.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
How did he get it?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yes, but there are more than 2 trillion neurons here.
Yes. But you'll have to dress it up a little.
Yes, but it's different.
His crime was appalling, yes, but it was motivated not by greed, but by desperation.
Yes.
But you were the bitterest sword against Islam.
That is generally the case, yes, but these are special circumstances.
But pizza. Now, pizza, I have enormous respect for.
Yes, but it's worth 10.
Yes, but as I said, I never got any pleasure from it.
Yeah, but so what? Everybody's weird.
Yes, but in what direction?
Yes, but we're not telling her.
Beer, yes, but whiskey, no.
Yes, but it puts you in a good position to support Montgomery.
Yes, but with one eye. Like...
Yes, but I don't know anybody.
Yes, but he left early.
Yes, but its effect on the virus is better than anything else that's been tested.
Yes, but bigger.
Anyway, he said yes, but from another time, another place.
Yes, but as empty experiences go, it's one of the best. Yes, but subjectivity is objective.
Yes, but what shall I say? What shall I do?
Yes, but what's going to happen to me? Yes, but I'm doing well here.
On the contrary, ma'am, your presence here is always greatly appreciated.
On the contrary, everything was going to be bad.
On the contrary, I was reminiscing about my wife.
On the contrary, sir.
That's my concern.
On the contrary.
On the contrary, Wickham is twice the man Darcy is.
On the contrary, it is working.
I've not offended you.
On the contrary.
On the contrary, Mr. Barry.
There he is, officer!
Oh, they indulge me, really.
On the contrary.
No, on the contrary, one must talk.
On the contrary, it's what we do best.
On the contrary, if war was imminent, preparations for defense would be too late.
On the contrary.
I wouldn't want you to dock my pay.
On the contrary.
On the contrary, I shall be delighted.
On the contrary, I envy you.
On the contrary, I think myself a very fortunate girl. On the contrary.
I, on the contrary, was ecstatic at such good fortune.
On the contrary, Susanna.
On the contrary, the room of one's own.
On the contrary, that is our goal.
No, on the contrary, take it as a compliment. Mad? On the contrary.
No way I'm gonna make it on the outside.
There's no way I could have known this before, but there was always something missing.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Well, anyway, this is no way to proceed about this.
There's no way I'm leaving this bitch.
There is no way to tell his story without telling my own.
You are nuts! No way!
That's right. There's no way I'm gonna finish the new processor. Not now.
No way, he says.
Can I finish?
No, there's no way.
Have to start somewhere.
No way.
I have no money and no way to get back to you.
There's
no way this bomb will be stopped.
There is no way we can repay you for returning our Iris to us.
Hey, Chick, there is no way we're gonna work tonight.
Yeah.
That's no way to answer the phone.
Harry was going to start sizing up all their fingers in a week because he knew there was no way Ed could settle that debt on his own.
One of yours?
No way.
There's no way for you to get to me. There's no way for you to get to me.
No way to guard against that kind of thing.
If his was more than just a vague ambition, if he was absolutely determined to discover the truth, there's no way we could prevent him.
No way, mister.
Surely no way back for the Brit, no.
No way, man.
Now, I totally disagree with that.
I just want you to know, I totally disagree.
I understand your point, but I totally disagree.
Now it's time for others
I
to continue.
totally disagree.
That than to do this little mysterioso.
No, I totally disagree. Now look, here's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're a...
Now, I totally disagree with that.
I just want you to know, I totally disagree.
I understand your point, but I totally disagree.
Now it's time for others
I
to
totally disagree.
That than to do this little mysterioso.
No, I totally disagree. Now look, here's what I'm saying.